Welcome to this week's Rise with Michelle. I want to start today with a question for you. How many times have you looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back at you? You smile, you perform, you say you're fine, but deep down, something in you is tired. Tired of holding it together. Tired of pretending it doesn't hurt. Tired of playing the role that everyone else wrote for you. We call it functioning, but what it really is forgetting. Forgetting who you are beneath the expectations. Forgetting what peace feels like when it's not tied to performance. Today, we're talking about the pain of pretending versus the cost of becoming. Because at some point, the ache of pretending becomes louder than the fear of change. Pretending feels safe until it starts to ache. You spend your energy keeping everyone else comfortable, editing yourself so you don't lose love or belonging. You learn early what earns approval. Be strong, be quiet, be nice, be needed. And without even realizing it, you trade authenticity for acceptance. That's the pain of pretending. You fit everywhere and belong nowhere. The body starts to keep score. The nervous system never rests. You start to feel like a stranger in your own life because you've been rehearsing someone else's role for too long. Becoming, though, that's a different kind of ache. It's the ache of truth. It's the ache of releasing the version of you that everyone else loved, so you can finally love the version God designed. Becoming costs you the approval that used to keep you safe, the identities that earned applause, the relationships that only survived your silence. But it gives you something pretending never will: peace, alignment, integrity. You start to breathe differently. You stop apologizing for existing in your own truth. You begin to live from your authentic identity, not your conditioned, patterned one. And that's what this work is really about. It's not self-improvement, but self-remembrance. And in R.I.S E, this is what we call the reclaim stage. It's the moment you really stop fixing symptoms and start healing the story that created them. You begin to see that your patterns weren't weakness, they were actually protection. Your coping wasn't failure, it was your survival. And once you see that, you can start to choose differently. You can rebuild from truth and not trauma. You can rise from remembering, not running. And that's what we do inside the Rise Tribe All Access. We walk through this together, layer by layer, story by story. It's not a place to perform. It's a place to come home to yourself, to breathe, to remember, to rise. So if you're tired of pretending, if something in you knows that it's time, this is it, the Rise Tribe All Access is open. Come join us and become a founding member. You don't have to do this alone anymore. Pretending might keep you safe, but becoming will set you free. And I want you to remember you're not broken. You're just in the space between where the pain of pretending ends and the beauty of becoming begins. Pretending might keep you safe, but remember, you do not have to stay there. So before you go, I want you to just take a breath with me, and I want you to inhale and feel the weight you've been carrying for everyone else. And on the exhale, imagine setting it down even for a moment. Now ask yourself this: where in my life am I still pretending, and what would change if I stopped? Write it down, because that's where your becoming begins. It begins with awareness. And if this conversation stirred something in you, come deeper. Again, the Rise Tribe All Access is open. It's where we go beyond surface healing into the subconscious stories that shape who we've been, so we can remember who we are. It's a space where we do this work together. Remember, you don't have to pretend to be fine to belong or to be accepted. You just have to be willing to rise and do the work. So if this message resonated with you, I would love for you to subscribe, like, and comment, and share this episode. Your voice helps this message reach the ones who need it most. See you next week, same space, same heart. And until then, keep rising. We're not broken. We're in the between and still rising.